today on this Shoky Quickie, we're going to take a look at something, well, at least new to me, from the Star Wars Black Series. It is the Lando Calrissian Skiff Guard, or Garde de Skiff. Now, this is, of course, from the good old Return of the Jedi, and in fact, my first Lando figure. I did pick this up when Walgreens was still doing their epic sale a while back, where everybody was like, I don't know, like $7.99 or something. Way cheaper than normal. And it was one of the only ones I found that I was really interested in. Because none of the good ones that were coming out had come out just yet. Let's see where my lighting changes here. Either way. So there's Lando in his little plastic prison. Got his little staff weapon there, the helmet thingy, which of course we did see also in the Solo movie. So he already had this disguise laying around from somewhere. Nice little image there of Billy D. Williams. Actually is a pretty good likeness, not gonna lie. And you've got age, EDAD, EDAD 4+. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. It's been a while since I said that. Hasbro logo down there. Number 76 in the line. See it right there. And we come to the back. It says, once a smooth-talking smuggler, Lando Calrissian changed from a get-rich-quick schemer to a selfless leader in fight against the Empire when his old friend Han was held captive in the place of Jabba the Hutt. Lando joined Princess Leia in a mission to rescue him from certain demise. This is true. Now, I hope we get a version of Leia in the little disguise or whatever, the bounty hunter disguise that brings in Chewie. If we haven't got that already, we definitely need it again. So, that's it for the box. Let's go ahead and get him open. Alright guys, so being turntable time. Getting him out of the box just now, he's pretty cool. The weathering is actually pretty nice, like here on the butt. And then the helmet actually looks pretty good, although it is a super, super soft plastic, so kind of problematic for staying on, if I'm totally honest. But like the armor, so to speak, actually has a nice hammered metal look to it. Paint job isn't terrible. I know that Hasbro's had some flubs lately in some of their Black Series figures. One that hopefully I'll be getting soon has been notorious so far, even for being a brand new release, for having some really major paint problems. But yeah, so far, just out of the box, he looks pretty cool. And while I'm not into just getting every Black Series figure, I just want certain ones for certain representation, things like that. So, turntable time over. We'll take a slightly closer look at what's going on. Okay, so for the most part, it's just a good looking figure. Doesn't have much weathering on his actual pants, or the boots, oddly enough, but his skirt looks like worn leather, looks pretty nice. He does have this staff weapon, which isn't terrible, does have kind of a metallic-y finish to it. I think they've just done some dry brushing, or the fake dry brushing, you know, they can just kind of spray it and make it look like dry brushing. But it's interesting looking kind of pike weapon, though it looked like in the movie it was a bit longer than this, because he sort of goes, you know, holds it down. Now, one thing that does suck about this, and it's a problem with all of Black Series figures, they all seem to have gun holding hands. And then this is sort of just a stuff holding hand. But if you look at the helmet real quick, you can see it does look like some worn leather, maybe a little bit of metal. Got rivets going on there. We got some spikes and teeth and stuff going on. Looks fleshy. That's perfectly fine. Once again, too soft. Look how squishy that is. Like, I would have liked that to have a little bit more body to it. I mean, I know it's supposed to go on over his head, but like, it comes off super easy. Like, it needs some grip to it. Like, I mean, he's sort of disguised. I mean, ever so slightly, but you know, it is what it is. And like I said, the nice metallic hammered metal look for the armor, pretty good. And that Billy D. Williams head sculpt is actually pretty close. I like the mustache, he's got the kind of glare going on there. Swoop back hair, skin tone, yeah, it looks okay. Head feels strange, I don't know why. The molding and everything looks perfectly good. He does have his nice ball joint here, but I assume it's like a ball joint into, or like it's on like a long stick. Like it feels like it starts up here and the ball joint goes down into the socket down there. It doesn't feel like a very limited thing. Speaking of limited, these shoulder pads really limit the shoulder articulation. You can only sort of go up to there before you really start to do some damage, but also due to that arm, he now has elbow rotation way down here. I did skip the head rotation, but you know, it's just a ball joint. There's not even a neck joint as far as I can tell. And these elbows are so stiff. Like, look at that. I feel like I'm really stretching and hurting something. And like there's no notches. It just feels like it goes from one spot to the next, and then that's it. And you have to fight it. The wrist should have a hinge. You can see it right there, but you know, it doesn't really want to do anything. I'm always scared for these. Other than that, it does rotate fine. I kind of wish he had actual hip articulation down here, but I get that's why they gave him the torso movement. Legs are just T-mounted ball joints, as you can see. The thigh cut does work nicely, unlike certain other figures where it gets super stuck. This one is way stiffer, but it does move. Double jointed knee. Don't really get too much out of it. The top one, there it goes, finally. Can do about there. Nicely molded in straps there on the boots. Like I said, looks pretty good. Nice leather boots. Painted little buckle there, though those should be dirtier because, frankly, he's on Tatooine, and Jabba's palace is probably not known for being super clean, if we're honest. It's kind of like walking around a sewer all the time. And well, let's just throw that back in his hand. I don't remember if he's supposed to be left-handed or right-handed. I'm just going to put it in his right hand for the time being. Make use of that stupid trigger hand. And that's why you can't have gun hands all the time. It doesn't really hold anything properly. So that's why I kind of had him with it in both hands. Something like that, and just sort of spread the arms out. So you can get an okay pose. I mean, never really did much up until he got revealed, so to speak. But I do have, of course, somebody else from Return of the Jedi that we can compare him to. Captain Fuzzy Bottom. That's right. Any excuse to bring out Captain Fuzzy Bottom, who is, of course, wielding all his weapons of doom and destruction. Though I don't know where did his other weapon go? His other axe disappeared. Either way, so obviously these guys go together. They're protecting Jabba's palace from the intruders, or basically just letting anybody in with Jedi mind tricks. You know, whatever. So you can see these two totally working together, even if it's fake. But it looks good. I dig it. Wouldn't mind getting a couple other characters, stuff like that, just from the palace scene. And I really hope they give us like another like Han and Carbonite. I think that'd be cool. But we do get Wally for comparison. Yay for Wally. He hasn't been out here in a little while. Got hair on my desk. And don't have anybody else that can really compare, if we're honest. 3POs are kind of buried right now. My Star Wars shelf is getting pretty thick, so now I've got a younger Obi-Wan from not long ago. Now I've got to get the Commander Obi-Wan or General Obi-Wan. Then they have the Episode 2 version of Obi-Wan coming soon. So those will all be very nice. And I do have at least 2 more figures to look at from the latest Star Wars line, especially from Force Friday. So we'll be looking at that next time. But for now, go ahead and give me a big ol' thumbs up if you like this version of Lando. Because actually, I really do kind of dig it. Now I got to find an old regular Lando from Empire. But like I said, give me a big ol' thumbs up. Hit that subscribe-ish button. If you want to help support the channel, go ahead and hit up the Patreon. I've only got a few patrons right now, but I really do appreciate every little bit they do donate every month, and I hope that I can pick up a little bit more because this channel is not monetized, so every little bit really does help. So but that's it, guys. I will catch you on that next review, and remember, as always, keep on nerding.